This is the Multi-Orgasmic Millionaire Podcast, the only sex podcast for 7- and 8-figure conscious leaders who want to embody their pleasure and have the best sex of their lives. I'm Tilly Storm, top 20 sex coach in the world, and your host today. Welcome back, it's Tilly Storm, and today we're diving into the world of somatic healing and how it can unlock your body's potential for epic sex. So, Tilly, what in the world is somatic healing, you ask? Well, my love, somatic healing is a form of therapy or coaching, basically, whatever you want to call it, that focuses on the connection between the body and the mind, mainly the unconscious primal brain mind. And this technique involves touch, movement, breath work, awareness, mindfulness, all these sorts of things to help release physical and emotional tension in your body that is being stored from your unconscious brain. So if you have ever heard of the book, The Body Keeps the Score by Peter Levine, this is very much his work, okay? All healing happens when we go to the level of the mind that the wound was created on. And since all sexuality and relationship wounds are usually created on the unconscious mind or the limbic system, not your critical thinking mind, this is why somatic healing is the key to healing sex and relationship wounds. If you go to cognitive behavioral therapy, the reason that it doesn't work, if you go to couples counseling, the reason that it doesn't work, and it often and usually causes couples to experience more issues than when they started couples counseling and therapy, the reason that this happens is because the wounds of sexuality and relationship are on a different layer of the mind than that therapy and that mode of healing addresses. So this is why couples therapy and cognitive behavioral therapy often leave people with absolutely no results, and why it often makes relationships even worse. These statistics on couples therapy are absolutely astonishing, that it has the biggest failure rate of any other type of therapy that's out there. And this is why, because it's not going to the level of mind that is required to heal sex and relationship wounds. All right, so what is this somatic healing? What is this all about? Well, first you got to understand that there is a connection between our physical and emotional scars and our past experiences. And these can impact our sexual experiences in the present. In fact, it's not that they can, it's that they do. Because every time you self-pleasure or every time that you have sex with a partner, it is wiring your next experience of that. So if you're experiencing disconnected sex with your partner, or if you self-pleasure just to have an orgasm, but you don't ever take any real time to connect with your body on an intimate level, to really just be with what's there in your body, then you're actually paving the way to have yet another kind of unsatisfying sexual experience with yourself or with your partner. So incorporating somatic healing techniques into your life, it will unlock your body's full potential for pleasure and connection if you take the following 5 steps. So what is the first step to somatic healing to experience epic sex? Well, the first step is that you've got to become aware. So it's awareness of sensations in your body. Now, when we go to couples therapy or cognitive behavioral therapy, what do? We just talk about our problems, right? They'll just say, okay, just share with me what's coming up for you today, or what's been on your mind. And you just start talking about it. Somatic healing is so freaking different. Like, I don't even care what's really going on in your mind. I want to know, what are you feeling in your body? We always approach somatic healing and the coaching work that I do through, what are you feeling in your body right now? What emotion, thought pattern, or better yet, sensation are you experiencing right now? So the first step is to become aware of the sensations in your body if you want to unlock your potential for epic sex, okay? So this means being able to notice where is there tension in my body? Where is there a disconnection? Where is there holding? Where is there tightness? Where's there pain or numbness? And then being able to tune into the sensations and eventually integrate them. So how Peter Levine in his book, The Body Keeps the Score, describes it is that these sensations that we have in our body, if they are like contraction or pain or numbness or disconnection or tension or stress or whatever it is, these sensations are basically like a psychological, emotional scar that the body is literally holding onto. So anything that isn't pleasure, expansive, blissful, ecstatic, bubbly, or just pleasure in general, anything that doesn't feel good in your body is because there's some sort of psycho-emotional pattern that has created the tension and the disconnection within the body itself. So if you want to begin to experience epic sex again, you've got to be able to do what is a very basic body meditation technique that I teach. That's literally just naming the sensations in your body and where they're located. And since we live in a society and a culture where we spend most of our time up in our head and we never really question what we are feeling in our body and the sensations that we're experiencing in our body, some people have a really freaking hard time doing this. And it can be kind of daunting. They're like, I don't even know what sort of sensations I could be feeling. I don't have words for them. Don't worry. I've got a whole list of sensations that I give my clients when they start working with me so that they can even have a reference point of knowing what they might be feeling and that they have words to use for the sensations they're feeling. So becoming aware of the sensations in your body through techniques like body meditation is step number 1 to unlocking your potential for epic sex. The second one is breath. Breathing. Breathing. It's literally the most important holistic sex technique that there ever is. So breathing, it is one of the most powerful tools in somatic healing as well, because it can help us release the physical and the emotional tension in the body so that we can calm our nervous system and eventually move that tension, that disconnection, that numbness through our body. So when you take your breath and you consciously move it through the microcosmic orbit, or just in different tantric and Taoist ways that I've learned to move sensations through the body, okay? This is when you can begin to transmute something that feels uncomfortable, like tension, pain, numbness, stress, a pinprick feeling in your womb, or whatever uncomfortable sensation you're feeling in your body. When you move it with breath, then you're transmuting the sensations and you can move them through because you're also recognizing that you aren't the things that you feel. You aren't the emotions that you experience. You aren't the experiences of your life. That you, as a conscious being, are actually just the one experiencing all of these things. Kind of deep meditative stuff, kind of deep spiritual stuff, but you aren't your sensations. You aren't your emotions, and you aren't your thoughts. And somatic healing is about breaking down the attachment that we tend to have with our identity being the emotions we're feeling. Like we even say it, like if I'm frustrated, what do we say? I am frustrated. So we're claiming that I am frustration when we say I am frustrated. But the truth of it is that you aren't your emotions, you aren't your sensations. If you are feeling tense, you would say I am tense. Well, you aren't actually tense. You are consciousness, right? So somatic healing is about separating who you are from the sensations, the thoughts, the emotions that you are experiencing, and recognizing that these sensations, thoughts, and emotions are just energy in motion through your body. That they are energy that you can move consciously with your breath to transmute these emotions, thoughts, and sensations, okay? So awareness is step number 1. Step number 2 is breathing, and then step number 3 is touch. So touch is an essential component of somatic healing that can help you release physical tension and cultivate deeper connection with yourself and in your relationship. The way that I use touch in somatic healing is the jade egg practice, or when we're in client session, it often is literally just touching a part of your body where you're feeling the sensation or the emotion or the thought pattern, because it helps you to bring more awareness to it, first of all. But if you're in the jade egg practice, the touch is there because it's creating a deep mind-body connection that, hey, when I touch this part of me, that is signaling to your brain, hey, this is important. We need to pay attention to it. We need to stop disassociating from it. We need to stop ourselves from going up in our head as a flight mechanism by thinking about the to-do list or all the things that need to be getting done instead of actually paying attention to your body, right? So you use touch to affirm to your deep body mind that what you're touching is an important thing to pay attention to. And when you create that neural pathway over and over, hey, so let's say, for example, that you're really disconnected from your pussy and you experience pain during sex. If you touch your vulva and you're using the jade egg and you're using the jade egg internally in your vagina, then you're proving to your brain, you're showing your brain that, okay, we may have disconnected from this part of ourselves. We may have disassociated from our vagina. We may have become really numb down there, or we may be creating pain here because you haven't been listening to me, right? So with touch through the jade egg, or simply just like placing your hand over your vulva and touching this area of your body, you're showing your brain, hey, this is actually important. I know we haven't been paying attention to this part of our body, but now we are. And it's important that we pay attention here, because when I pay attention and I listen to my body, I can find the answers to heal and integrate and to experience more epic sex and pleasure. Okay, so first step was awareness, second is breath, third is touch, and fourth is movement. So movement is another powerful tool in somatic healing by incorporating gentle, mindful movements into your life. So with the jade egg practice, that would be like the different squeezes, the releases. It helps you to release the physical and the emotional tension and improve your sexual experience so you can have orgasms in different ways, so you can unlock your sexual desire and lust again. So if these things have been trapped in the unconscious mind because at some point in your life you said, oh, it's not safe to experience all of my desire or my lust, and it's not safe to be fully sexual, then when you're doing different squeezes and releases and breathwork practices with the jade egg, you're showing your body that, hey, it's okay. We can release all of this garbage. This is no longer true. And we can remove that stuck, stagnant energy that the body is holding on to and create a layer of healing and integration, which step 5 is integration, okay? So what does integration even mean? It means coming back into alignment with your sexual essence, at least in sexuality healing, right? So if you haven't been having epic sex and you want to be having epic sex, the only thing keeping you from that is all of the negative conditioning, all of the little t and the big T traumas you've experienced in your life. And integration is just coming back into alignment with your natural state of being, which is already multi-orgasmic, which is already whole and complete. You are not broken. Okay, there's nothing wrong with you. So it's coming back into alignment with your natural, beautiful sexual essence. So this means integrating the practices and the techniques of somatic healing in not only in session or in your jade egg practice, but into your partnered sexual experiences as well. So you're learning how to get out of your head, be in your body, and experience more of an embodied sense of pleasure and being able to experience pleasure that comes from inside of your body, because you can actually feel things again, because you're actually connected to your body. So somatic healing is so vastly different than any kind of couples therapy, any kind of cognitive behavioral therapy that is so freaking ineffective for helping people to find real lasting solutions to having great sex and relationships with their partners. So my loves, if somatic healing is something that you're intrigued by and you're interested in it, then this is exactly what I do in my coaching. So it's all somatic based. And I definitely pull in Tantra and Taoism into my coaching to teach you all of the ways to awaken sexual energy inside. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've gotten so much from this episode about how somatic healing can help you unlock your body's potential for epic sex and create a deeper, more fulfilling connection in your relationship with yourself and with your partner if you have one. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you next week. Hey there, conscious leader. Are you serious about up-leveling your sex life and relationship right now? Then you are in luck, because if you have been on the personal growth and development path for some time now, maybe you've been to therapy, or maybe you're even a coach, a healer, an entrepreneur, or a therapist yourself, and you're wanting to embody your pleasure more deeply and become a multi-orgasmic millionaire yourself, then I'm going to invite you to a 1-hour complimentary pleasure assessment call with me that you can book at the link in the show notes or at bit.ly, that's bit.ly/pleasure assessment. In the pleasure assessment call, I'm going to take a full diagnosis of your present moment and past experiences with sexuality and relationships. And then we'll dive into your top goals and desires for these areas of your life. From there, I'll be able to give you your top 2 to 5 blocks and obstacles in the way of you creating these goals and desires, and give you the exact next steps that you get to take to overcome them and that you must take to overcome them. I have done over 700 of these calls, so there is literally nothing I have not heard. I know it can be hard to talk about these things and to crack the door open on your sexuality and talk about it, so that's why I want you to feel as comfortable as possible to open up and share with me. This is a private call, it's just you and I. So if you're someone who wants to feel more confident and sexy in your body, to tap into your feminine energy and bring that into your business, to increase your sexual desire and drive, to get out of your head into your body, to learn how to manifest with your sexual energy, to have mind-blowing orgasms in different ways, or maybe just to reignite the spark with your long-term partner, then book your complimentary pleasure assessment call with me today at the link in the show notes or at bit.ly, that's bit.ly/pleasure assessment. I'll see you there.